Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Yeehaw Lads podcast, episode number 14. All four co-hosts are back in studio today. We're going to kick it off talking about all of our favorite shitholes, Chicago. This week in Chicago, the new mayor, Brandon Johnson, announced that he was going to be suing Kia and Hyundai for their cars being too easy to steal, increasing the crime rate in Chicago.
Yeah, it's Kia's fault.
Can you actually do that though?
You can sure try, but man, that's a terrible excuse.
Don't
to,
you think that like auto manufacturers have some pretty fucking good lawyers?
Now you would think so. So this was 4 days ago. Democratic Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson's office announced that the city filed a lawsuit against automakers Kia and Hyundai, alleging that both companies have failed to include industry standard engine immobilizers in several models, resulting in a steep rise of crime. So the real question is it the automaker's fault that your city sucks and everyone's stealing shit every day?
Right.
Because it was a massive problem for the entire year of people just stealing Kias and Hyundais.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really fair to blame Hyundai and Kia that your city is infested in crime?
I see it two ways. Like, yeah, Hyundai and Kia probably should have been putting an industry standard part in their vehicles.
Sure.
But this is Chicago.
Yeah.
And how well, in my point of view, how long did it take them to, from when it was publicly known that this was an issue, to come up with a solution and implement a recall?
Like 2 years.
Let's say it was actually a
like
long
this happened
time.
during the middle towards the end of the pandemic when this all
When
started.
people got really bored of sitting in their house and they're like, I'm going to go do something stupid, and they started stealing cars, yeah.
I mean,
some
And then they started
motherfuckers-
putting it on TikTok, and then all the fucking young, dumb car jackers, I guess, were like, fuck it, I'm going to go do the same thing. And they started stealing Hyundais.
Some motherfucker saw Kia Soul and went, yo.
Yo, I can-
and
I
then pulled
can-
out their Charger. Yo.
And then I can whip that hoe.
You know who said that? Hamsters.
Hamster.
Yeah.
Hamster.
I love those commercials. I hate the car.
Hate the car, and I have to drive one almost every fucking day
Yeah,
now.
it sucks to have one as a work car.
That was such good marketing for a shitty car.
But in their announcement, Johnson's office said that after the social media videos went viral of the thefts and how easy they were to steal, the thefts of Hyundais and Kias surged from nearly 500 in the first half of 2022 to over 3,350 in the second half. A 7x increase. In 2023, the thefts of Hyundais and Kia cars comprise over half of the car thefts in Chicago. So it's like, yeah, there is a serious issue with it.
Yeah.
But again, are you going to blame the lock for someone breaking in? I don't, that's wild.
Poor engineering.
I am so glad I did not get a Veloster N.
Oh my God.
Because I test drove one and I thought, man, I fucking love this. And I didn't get it.
Do those have the fix already, though, is the question? Because that seems like one that would have it.
The N trim has push button start, so it's not affected. Now, if
Okay.
I did not get the N, then yeah, I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Because
No.
even if you got like a higher end normal Veloster, it still had a turnkey.
Oof.
Caitlin's mid trim Elantra has a turnkey.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it's a 2019.
And it's so it is susceptible to it.
Yes.
Well, it got the fix now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
The Elantras, I think that either the Santa Fe or Tucson's and another one of their sedans were the first three cars of theirs that got the recall first because it's their most popular vehicles they sell here.
It makes sense to fix the biggest part of it first.
The Sonatas, I want to say, just got them, which I'm surprised. I would have assumed Sonata was a very popular vehicle of them. I see more Sonatas on the road than I do Elantras here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Especially around here anyway.
Yeah, at least here. Yeah. But it took I think it only took 15, 20 minutes when Caitlin took it to the dealership.
That's not bad.
They put some part into where you turn the key, and then they have to update the software for the infotainment system and everything.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, which I notice sometimes now, her car is somehow smart enough now, where because it's normally if you have push button start, your car will know if you have the fob in there and it won't let you lock the door.
Right.
Now her car knows not to do that now.
Interesting.
Before it didn't.
So it must have. Did they change the key? Do you know, or is it the same key?
I think it's the same key, but I wouldn't know.
I would assume they changed the key when they changed the whole cylinder.
Must
Maybe
have.
this key has a chip in it where the other one didn't, potentially.
Possibly.
Maybe I guess it kind of all depends on how everything
meshes together and reads.
bolts
and-
together,
Probably.
because from the look of it, they took the actual key tumbler out
and yeah.
and then from the back end. So if you can remove the tumbler safely and basically redo that mechanism where it fits into, then bing, bang, boom, you're done. Because think
Yeah.
about it this way too. Instead of replacing the entire assembly,
Mhm.
they're going to replace the one part that's the issue.
the smallest
Oh,
possible
yeah.
fix
Yes.
to solve the problem the easiest.
They're
Yeah.
not going to ship out all these new keys, having to keep the keys with the tumblers and
I mean,
everything
they would come,
all in one.
They would come prepackaged together.
True,
I
but-
would assume it's a new key and a new tumbler, just for the fact
Must
of
be.
whatever they had to update. It's easier to ship one package with both of them. I would assume.
Yeah.
I don't know. I probably should have looked at that, huh?
Me, fuck
Yeah.
them.
Either
that,
way,
that makes most sense. I mean, it's a great car, but with this whole fiasco, I know Caitlin's not getting another one.
yeah. So yeah, the stats for Chicago the past couple of years. So the
Our
base,
favorite website.
yeah, heyjackass.com.
Shout out.
For 2019, there were 603 carjackings in the Chicago area. 2020, that number went up to 1,413.
Holy shit.
This is like all makes and models.
This is everything in,
Okay,
in the
yeah.
Chicago area.
600 in Chicago, though. That seems pretty low.
That's because compared to now, it went
Right.
so it went from 600 to 1,400. 2021 is now 1,800. 2022 was 1,674, and then for 2023 up to the end of July, we are already up to 713.
And we got to bump them numbers up.
These are rookie
Those
numbers.
We're on the
rookie numbers for
downslope
Chicago.
currently. We're fine.
But hey, to be fair, the average arrest record is about 5% of those people get arrested.
5% That's it?
What? That's so many. What do you mean?
5%.
That's
If you have 100 people and you only caught fucking 5 of them,
yeah.
that's
That'd be about
shit.
75 people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As on this year, we're at 41. In the peak, which was 2021, out of 1,848, they got 106 of them. You're literally getting a 20th of your.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This is also the same city where they have a talk to a cop event where you can get educated, but they do it on the hours where people work from like 10 a.m. to 12.
Yeah, you know.
Look, if you really need to ask a cop if it's a crime, you're probably not during the day.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah.
But
just
the
roaming
police
around.
department put on the Facebook page it's free meth testing day.
Bring your meth in. We'll test it for you.
What the fuck?
You write out your dealer. We'll give you $100. You're like, well, fuck, I could use $100.
I could use 100 to buy more.
I'll just buy it off his
But wait,
competition.
my
Yeah,
dealer's
wait,
now
can
arrested.
you do it on Friday? I gotta go visit him on Wednesday.
Yeah. Let me go to my guy, then turn him in.
Yeah, please.
yeah.
Thanks.
It's crazy.
I just got $100. What else am I gonna do with it?
In Chicago, probably buy a Glock off the street. I mean,
Glock
For
17
100?
moment?
oh yeah, Chicago's sketchy.
You could buy a $20 phone charger and steal a Kia. I don't know.
Good
There we
point.
go. How to
Or
make
you could buy 5 phone chargers and steal 5
And get
Kia.
5 Kia Souls.
big brain energy right here.
Christ.
can't-
You want to go
fucking
into
my-
investing?
Hey, that sounds like investing to me.
Start an LLC, baby.
Investing in Kias and Hyundais exclusively.
Fucking
Considering the
hell.
insurance companies were stopping insurance on
Yeah,
them
I
for
mean-
a while.
Caitlin's, I think, actually went up because of it.
Oh, I believe it.
yeah.
I don't know by how much,
absolutely.
but she got a nice letter from Progressive.
I would say you suddenly became a high risk client just by owning that car. That's
Mhm.
crazy.
I can't remember. I can't remember the dollar amount off the top of my head, but like it was pretty significant.
Probably up like $10, $20 a month or something.
I want to say probably even more.
Ooh, that's bad. Speaking of cars, do you want to talk about your Fusion?
Yeah.
Bunch of bullshit is what it was. I feel, but
Average EcoBoost.
You have it
Whatever.
back? I didn't
You're
even
not
see.
fucking
Huh?
wrong.
Do you have it back? I don't even know.
yeah,
Okay.
they got it fixed around like 1 o'clock
Okay.
yesterday.
Not
Sick.
bad.
So what happened?
Okay, so Friday
What
I was
happened was
I was just going to say that.
God, this sucks. Friday, I was leaving work to go to lunch, and I was working at the Peru location, so I was going on that main drag where the water store is and the
Yeah.
police department is now.
Yeah, the backside of 251.
yes.
Whatever that road actually is.
Came to a stop where that 4-way stop is by the new bank and the police department, and I went to accelerate. I felt like it backfired, like kind of like a good jolt.
Like you felt it like hard stutter.
Yes. So like,
Mm.
okay, that was weird. And then it did the usual 4 chime. It's and then my engine light came on. Like, okay, that's cool.
Sure.
And then had to come to a dead stop at the roundabout, and it went to accelerate. It's slow.
Mhm.
Like,
To be fair, it is a 4-cylinder. fusion, but
slower than
usual.
usually be.
Like I'm giving it like 75%.
Yeah, you sent us like a
throttle, and
30 to 60 roll clip.
Yeah, it was.
and it took like 40 seconds.
It was
I was like, oh.
It was rough. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
got back into my house, and I thought, well, just let it sit. Maybe it was a weird fluke or something. I get back in my car after eating lunch. It took a little longer to turn over than usual, so I thought, okay, something's broken. I went to go up my very slight steep hill, leaving my house. It was struggling.
very minor hill.
Very minor
like-
hill.
Not even 10%.
So-
way less than that.
And like at this point, I'm thinking like, okay, I'm not getting boost now. Something's fucked. I sent them the weird 0 to 30 video. You could probably include it. I think it's still on Discord.
I'll check real quick while
But
you're
yeah,
talking.
you could probably include it in the video or whatever. This is half throttle. Focus. There we go. Like I'm giving it half here. And we just now hit 35. But
if I remember to throw it in there.
it was rough. Like I had to fucking put it in sport mode just to go up the hill by where the
Jesus
4-way stop
Christ.
is by Horizon House. Because I didn't know if I was
Wow.
gonna fucking make it.
That is fair, actually.
Like that's how slow it was.
Jesus.
Get back to work,
mercy.
parking lot. I got out of the car while it was running. It sounded fine. Like it didn't sound like it
At
was.
idle.
Yeah, like at idle, it didn't sound like weird knock or anything. So I'm like,
when it's not
okay.
into boost, it sounds fine.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
So
As soon as you're trying to load the engine up, it starts to falter.
yes. And then when I get back into work, I got a nice notification from Ford Pass that said like it detected an error with the emission system, yada yada yada. I sent that screenshot to a buddy of mine who used to be a Ford tech, and he said, "Oh, it's probably your evap. Those were like our bread and butter on Focuses and Ford Fusions when I worked there."
Fucking
Like,
evap system.
cool. All right.
You're like, wow, thanks.
I went to AutoZone because I don't know where I put my OBD2 scanner. It's probably still in a tote in our basement. Went to AutoZone, scanned it, and yeah, it was a purge valve. So thought, okay, whatever. It'll be warranted, I'm sure. So I'll just make an appointment.
Yeah, because it's got what, 28,000, 30,000 on it?
34,000.
Perfect time to replace parts.
Yeah, 2,000 miles away from my bumper to bumper warranty, which
That would be under drivetrain, so you'd have 60.
according
50
to
or
Shimmer,
60.
it's not.
What?
Cocksuckers.
I'd go kick somebody in the fucking balls.
Are
If,
you-
And
if something's bolted to my engine that makes it run better or worse, fails, it's in the drivetrain. It makes it drive.
And I looked it up on like the Ford subreddit, and yeah, a bunch of other people saying like, no, that falls under bumper to bumper.
That's insane.
Which yeah, that's a fucking
Oh, bumper to
joke.
bumper, yes,
But
it
only-
should.
But like it did, but
there's-
like for
oh,
drivetrain,
yeah.
no, it didn't.
Fuck that.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking joke. That's
weird.
part of the reason why I'm kind of pissed
Well,
about
that-
this. Like
that-
if this happened after December of this year, because then that's when I'm gonna have the car for 3 years,
Mhm.
or if this happened 2,000 miles later, like I
You're
would have had
fucked.
to suck.
You'd be
suck
paying
that up.
for
I
it.
would have. Yeah, we would have had to fucking do it on a weekend.
And that makes me wonder because I'm just over 60,000.
Yeah.
But I have the extended 100,000 mile warranty on my truck.
Yeah,
And I know it needs an EGR pressure sensor.
right.
I'm wondering if they're going to cover that or if I have to do it myself.
Did you get through Shimmer?
Yes. But I got the extended warranty to 100,000. In theory, it should be covered.
Yeah, I would hope so for your
If
sake.
not, I'll just park it in their showroom through the side window.
Based.
Like, it can be your problem whenever I feel like it. I'm not, considering I'm working 610s, I don't have time to drop it off, pick it up, and play
Exactly.
tag with them. Like, it's so dumb.
Exactly.
So I might end up
Um,
doing it myself anyway just to fucking save time.
Yeah. So then next day driving to work, it seemed fine. Like I wasn't struggling in boost or anything. It
Sure.
was just
Did
fine going.
You
off
had the code cleared after AutoZone.
No, they didn't clear it.
Which is
Awesome.
better. Well, if you're going to take it in.
Well, yeah, because I told them that I'm gonna take it in because it's under warranty. I'm gonna
Okay.
take it in. They said, "Oh, okay, then we're gonna leave it so they can find it."
then
too."
it's a stored code and they can read it whenever.
Yes. Yeah. So
Gotcha.
I said, "Okay, cool."
Instead of just telling them, hey, it had this code 2 days ago and now it doesn't.
Yeah.
They'll say, well, wait till it comes back, hoping it'll,
Okay.
hoping you'll run out of warranty or something.
So after work, I was really low on gas. Like we were talking quarter to empty. So went to Hy-Vee, got gas there. I made sure not to put it all the way because when this happened in the Explorer, the one time I did that, it didn't start.
Yeah.
So I got enough to where it was just right under full, like probably a quarter from full. Went to start it, it doesn't catch. I try this 3 times, and eventually I have 2 people. The 2 people at the pump next to me came over and like, "Do you need a jump?" I'm just like, "No, my car's just being fucking stupid."
Yeah.
Like,
Like, no, it's got plenty of battery. It just hates being alive.
yeah. So, out of pure frustration, I let it cool for like a minute. I tried it, and I fucking floored it, and that made it catch.
Which is so weird. 'Cause
Amen.
with a modern car, it's all electronically driven throttle body, so it shouldn't do
And that's what I was
anything.
confused about. Like, why did that work? I just did that because I'm pissed.
The only thing I can think of is if like throttle position's at 100%, it might change the ECU loop that it goes through.
Maybe.
'Cause there's open loop and closed loop.
Mm-hmm.
Open loop is when it's trying to autocorrect and figure stuff out. Closed loop is like, nope, it's staying in these parameters no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if when you put the throttle to 100%, it jumped to closed loop to try to force it,
It
and
could
forced it
have.
on, which makes sense, I guess, but it shouldn't be a problem to start with.
Right,
You
for
know.
a car that modern.
Yeah, that's crazy that it would be a problem anyway.
Right. After it started, it sounded bad.
Bad as in sick, or bad as in sick?
Like it, like bad as in sick.
Damn.
Yeah, like it. Not like I'm sure it was running on all 4 cylinders, but like it
Just
sounded
kinda
like it
Was
was.
not fucking happy.
Yeah, it sounded like metal on metal, just fucking clunking each other.
Kind
And like,
of shaky and poppy.
Right.
And
yeah, and then 4 chime went again, different engine code this time. So I'm like, great, I probably fucking broke it from being pissed.
Yay, warranty work.
Yeah.
I get home, shut the car off. I get another notification. I forgot what the exact words were, but it said like Bank 1 was reported that is now running rich.
God, I wish I was running rich.
On God.
For real.
Based.
So then I kept it parked in front of my house for the rest of the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Drove it to work in Mendota because I didn't want to leave Caitlin without a car for the day. Was rough at first, but then when I set it on cruise at 60, it was fine. Dropped it off. Next day, they gave me a call and said, "Yeah, it was your purge valve and an oxygen sensor." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, 2 things were wrong with it."
Fuck it.
The question is, did one cause the other conveniently?
Yeah, I should have asked them that.
Hey,
I
free
was-
parts are free parts.
True.
They're new.
When an oxygen sensor goes bad, that's when stuff runs rich. That's when it clogs stuff
Yeah.
up. It would
Yeah.
make sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
But at 33,000 miles, though?
I'd rather it happen
Well, you
now
also
than at
how often
100,000.
you don't drive it very far every day, so it can build up a lot of carbon. And
But is this
in-
going to happen at 66,000 miles now?
Possibly. Just beat it harder.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
drive
Beat
it
the shit
really
out of
hard,
it.
get it really hot.
The Italian tune-up. Beat it till it works.
Yeah.
Might have to.
Honestly, it happens. It fixes. That actually works more often than
It-
you would think.
Oh, no, I did it like every month in the Explorer.
Well, you got to
Popped
keep
in some
same
seafoam
routine.
and gave it the Italian tune-up, and it was good for a month.
Yeah, this one might not need seafoam, but yeah, definitely getting it,
I wouldn't
getting
put
it-
seafoam in that
getting
car.
it properly hot, like a couple days back to back.
Yeah.
It's not gonna hurt.
well, now,
Especially if you're driving up to the airport or something like you're going to do here.
Like
in a couple-
tomorrow. Oh, yeah, tomorrow I'm going to give it the beans.
Yeah. Set the cruise at like 82 and let it cruise.
just put it in
Yeah.
sport
when
and beat the
I
piss
put it
out
at
of it.
85 when I drove Caitlin last time.
What a guy.
That's what I drive every day.
So, quick little, I
Nice.
guess,
I do
opinion
70 on the-
question.
Sorry, I drive in a
Yeah.
truck on the interstate, so I do 82.
Oh well.
Fuck y'all talking about 90 all the way.
I was gonna say, wait.
You're in a car, asshole.
Yeah.
I mean, I
trucks are
don't know.
different, I
My one ton.
But little
That's
opinion
different because
thing,
you're going to
I'm an
jail
asshole.
anyway.
because Seafoam made me think of it. Do you guys put heat in your cars in the winter?
No, that's insane.
No.
Really?
Gasoline will
My
never
dad used to
freeze.
buy it for me.
No, it's not freezing. It helps remove the water.
Yeah, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that.
my dad used to buy it for me, like when he technically owned my truck and I lived under his roof.
Yeah.
And he also stole it from work, so I'm like,
fuck
sure,
it.
whatever. And so I'd throw it in my truck and I'd be like, cool, I still get 9 miles to the gallon. I don't like whatever, man. And that was pretty much it.
I mean, you got to think about it. If there's water in there, it'll just freeze, and the gasoline won't, and then it's fine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You can burn water. You just can't burn a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you routinely empty your tank and refill
It's,
it,
it's
it'll
not
disappear.
like I'm putting like 3 bottles of winter. It's like,
fuck
hey,
no.
it's starting to get cold.
throw, throw one in there.
One
just
in
to-
there and I'm done.
Yeah.
No, I do my diesel additive, but that's it.
because you have to.
Yeah.
You don't do that, you got a problem.
I should
diesel.
technically. So there's a lot of problems with the Ford's fuel system. It's
The
the
whole
okay.
fucking thing.
well,
Choice words.
when it dies, it takes out every single
of
aspect of it.
course.
It's $11,000 out of pocket.
At
Holy
least you
fuck.
fixed the problem where it would just catch on fire randomly.
Yes, I did that. So that's cool.
Where what was it? The fuel filter or pressure sensor was on the firewall. And
So yeah, there's a top engine mounted fuel filter, and there's 3 hoses that go into it. Well, one of them, the connector is known to break off, and
So it
that
just sprays fuel.
on top of the engine.
Well, now here's the
all
question:
over it.
Is this
Yeah.
a return or a pressure line?
Pressure.
Oh fuck!
yeah.
Well, even a return's under pressure.
Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't really matter. It's just the fact that the exhaust manifold is about a foot under that.
and probably glowing because you're
Yeah.
towing
Yep.
way too
Right.
fast.
So I've
Yeah.
watched. I'm in the Facebook group for the Illuma duties, and it's very common to see just ash and a pile of burnt aluminum.
Just
I'm like,
melted.
I don't want to be that guy. So I did which it's not the best fix really, but it's a billet
Billet?
Like
screw on. No, it's a billet cap with 3 ports.
a distribution block.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, cool.
And but it has now, instead of it being it's a screw-on filter to the billet block rather than just those plastic clipping onto the plastic
Gotcha.
housing
Oh, God.
Ford like motorcraft
Yeah.
filter.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit better. But realistically, the only thing this did is, so there's the 2 ports or the 2 hoses that go onto the block. They are just permanently hose clamped on. It'll be great forever. The only other thing is, the return, which is known to break, it's just a 6-inch long rubber hose, and then it goes into the same factory hose. You just cut the plastic end off and then put a hose clamp on it. I'm like, so all you're doing is replacing the shitty clip with a hose clamp and then hoping that by moving it 6 inches away, that it's not going to catch on fire.
And you're only changing one side of this shitty hose. Like the other side's still connected to whatever it was.
See,
Like it
yeah.
could break there
And
too.
the other thing is too, when you said that it broke off, I was like, oh, so like the shitty plastic like hose clamp.
Well, 'cause
breaks,
you
not
have
like
to-
the distro block.
Yeah, no. So they're just little plastic connectors basically,
Yeah.
and it connects onto the plastic fuel filter for motorcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just cut that off and you just leave the actual rubber hose there, and they just give you like a barbed end, and you slide your
Nice.
hose clamp on it.
Yeah,
your
it's way
hose.
fucking better.
I'm like, it is better. I'm like, but realistically, like, if that stuff, like, I made sure it was extra tight because I'm like, if this it's gonna do the same thing. It's
The
only just 6
German
inches
spec?
longer. Like, I don't get it.
yeah, fuck it. Just beat the piss out of it. German spec that fucker.
You can at least pretend that you fixed it. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
way better. It would never fail.
Yeah.
The other one like could have broken the next day or never, That's the problem when it's like fire under the hood. Like you mess up one time and you're in a pile of fucking burnt aluminum.
Yeah, pretty much.
Make for a little rough day there.
Yeah.
Fuck, I was gonna say something. I can't remember what it was.
I have
Oh,
a little bit of a.
so-
okay, go ahead.
it's about the same topic. That's why I'm gonna throw it in there.
Yeah.
Do you remember how you figured out that if you remote start your truck and pop the hood, it'll turn it off?
Oh, I remember that.
'Cause
Yeah,
you're
That
like
makes sense.
You're like people must be so worried that it's gonna catch on fire that it'll kill it.
yeah.
My truck does that too.
Oh, okay.
So I think that must be
okay.
a standard
Hey,
thing.
can we try this in my Fusion after?
We're gonna have to because now I want to know. But
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget why I did that.
because that was right before you did the filter or that
Yeah.
housing, and you
Yeah.
you just happened to do it for you were gonna put washer fluid in or something, and you had it remote started,
Yeah.
and he popped it, and he's like, "Oh, like this might be because they catch on fire and they know it's a problem."
Yeah. Yeah, because like if you're in a fucking hurry to go in, then like it makes sense to try to kill the pump, pushing more fluid to the filter that's now
I mean, there's
leaking
no
on your exhaust.
fire risk in the Ranger, is there?
Not specifically. I'm assuming it's probably from like the fan and the belts spinning. They
It
don't
also
want
might
you-
just be like a
Oh, because you're
crash
that
safety
close
thing.
to it.
That's what I'm assuming.
Ooh, yeah.
Because you have to reach in there to pop the hood latch anyway, and it's far away from everything. But lawyers, safety nonsense, can't even have a fucking
Bullshit.
hood latch that works
I-
without electronics.
I haven't seen what your fans look like, but when I had to borrow it for that weekend, they sound scary.
They're so fucking. The Ranger might have the loudest cooling fan on the
They're,
planet.
they're aggressive, and for what?
It sounds the same as the one on Andy's 6.7.
Oh, yeah.
but it's a 4-cylinder. Like it's so overbearing.
Right, like it's a 2.3 liter. It's not that hot.
It is brutally loud. It's crazy. I can't believe it's that loud.
Yeah, no shit. Are you able to change that through Forescan at all?
No, that's all. Forescan is only body control stuff. That would be an ECU thing.
Oh,
If I got HP tuners, I could piss with it, but then I'll break my truck and it'll never run right again. So I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do
Just
that.
save the config file before you start fucking around.
I'll let someone else.
we
tune
didn't
my
even
truck.
do that when we fucked with my car.
Listen, it's fine.
I have a notes app of what to change back when I
Of
sell
what-
it.
Because we had to like tweak some stuff to make sure it would work, and
Yes.
some of them worked and some of them didn't.
The new Shimmer Tech noticed that I had ST Ford Performance on my Future when I got
he's
it back.
like, hey man, what's that? And you're like,
Oh no, he thought it was hilarious. He even asked, just like, Forescan's cool, ain't it? I'm like, yeah,
it's so cool. That like they acknowledge it. They're like, yeah, it's dope.
yeah.
No, that's.
Damn.
You want to go into your motorcycle update now? So I think we got
Okay,
that covered up.
Sure. So motorcycle update. So I haven't heard a damn thing.
So when did you drop it off or drop off your? What did you do?
okay,
Do the whole?
That's a story.
fair enough.
Because some people don't know
fair enough.
anything.
Because they never listened that far enough to hear what I had to
And
say.
You're a god awful storyteller and
Bullshit. I think
little-
I'm good at telling
little
stories.
ugly. I mean,
I
what do you-
mean, you're not wrong.
Oh.
no, I'm
At
just
least I'm humble.
The only thing
John.
I remember you telling us was that you went to Jack's, you took off the forks, and you were gonna drop them off that following
Yeah.
weekend.
So
yes.
forks were fucking leaking. Went to Jack's, took them off. So now I just have a one-wheeled bicycle. I have a unicycle with a
Unicycle.
600cc fucking engine. Pulled the forks off, wrapped them in garbage bags, taped them up real nice. Took them to Nick's. Funny little side note.
Uh-huh.
When I pulled them out of my car, because I just threw one over my fucking shoulder, I heard the fluid in the spring inside. And I'm like, oh, fuck, these bitches are low.
It's missing enough fluid that it can slosh in
Yes.
there. Ooh, that's low.
Yeah.
So dropped them off at Nick's. Nick dropped them off
That's
2 weeks
Saturday.
ago
yeah,
Saturday.
2 weeks ago Saturday.
So I haven't heard a thing. They told me a week or two. So I was like, well, yeah, fuck it. They're open tomorrow until 6. I'm gonna call and see if they're done.
Just check in with it.
So I called and finally got to a service guy, and he's like, well, hold on a second. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Just put me on hold. Spends the next 5.5 minutes shitting on one of their parts reps to a coworker as I can hear
Oh,
everything.
That is so nice.
And
I
then
was
he
just
comes back on and be like, "Oh yeah, so about your forks."
So
Yeah, I was just checking. You're like, I didn't hear
then-
you.
it sounded like he walked away from the phone and he goes, "Are you Marcus?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Okay, well, I have some fork seals here. I don't know if they're for your bike, but give me like 10, 20 minutes and I'll call you back."
Okay.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
fine.
Sure
I
thing,
swear
guy.
to fuck, if these things haven't got touched, I'm gonna be upset.
Yeah.
Or they ordered all the wrong parts.
So he calls me back 4.5 hours later.
That's basically 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was literally like 10 minutes away. I was halfway through my logs and I was like, okay, as soon as I get these done, I'm going to call back and be like,
hey,
fuck.
it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
he calls me back and he's like, all right, well, they should be done by tomorrow. And I was like, should or they are? Because no offense, it's an hour drive one way for me to come pick these up.
Yeah.
And if I leave work early to come get these and they are not done, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
No, they'll be done. They'll be done. They'll be done. I said, okay, what time do you close tomorrow? 6. Okay, I'll see you then. So we'll fucking see.
Maybe call before you leave.
I'm going
I don't
to.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made the decision now to where, and unfortunately for us in the area, this is the nearest place that will do this
Pretty much.
pretty
yeah.
cheap.
That isn't-
Yeah.
That aren't doing dirt bike seals, doing street
Yeah.
bike seals. You know, it's,
Ottawa would do it, but he said it was going to be like a month.
Ooh.
And I was like, no.
Well, they got super busy after Borelli's and Mendota closed down the
Oh,
dirt
shit,
bike
that's
place.
right.
yeah.
Because they would do it. Borelli's would do everything. He's fantastic with suspension, but yeah, ever since they closed, they're opening up again. I think under new ownership,
It's a new name, new ownership now.
Um,
yeah.
which is great, and hopefully the quality is still there. But
You would hope so, but yeah, you never
yeah.
know.
No, I
especially when
know,
it
I know,
changes.
I know the place in Ottawa definitely got very busy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
especially when
that
you
closing.
Well, I mean, when they started leaking, that was one of the first. That was the second place I called. I called Blue Collar first. He's like, nah, I can't even do inverted forks.
yeah, which
Like,
would have been
okay.
convenient being in Spring Valley.
Yeah.
instead of
Ooh,
in Peoria.
2-minute drive instead of a fucking hour.
Yeah,
So yeah, we'll see if they're done.
So supposedly you're gonna pick these up tomorrow.
Yeah,
If
'Cause
everything
I'm
goes to plan.
almost out of hours, so I'll actually leave work early.
Mhm.
But
So probably leave like 3:00. Be down
yeah,
there
like
4 or 5.
3:30. Yeah. If I can do them at home and it's not something crazy, I'm done taking fucking parts there.
Say fork seals are one that you definitely let someone else
it's
do.
like I could do these at home, but if I fuck up and I'm on the highway doing an undisclosed
doing
mile
exactly
per hour,
70 miles per hour.
Of redacted.
and one blows, I'm gonna fucking die.
It's gonna wipe the bike with oil and fucking
Yeah.
throw it out from underneath you.
yeah. So, but yeah,
That's a problem
I'll
with
be
inverted
happy when it's done.
inverted forks. Like my pit bike is regular style
Mhm.
forks where the reservoirs on the bottom, they're super easy to do those seals. Never had a problem with them.
Yeah.
Like we did them ourselves, I think twice because we took the forks apart a couple times. But
Yeah.
yeah, stuff like fork seals and stuff, like you let someone else do it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
stuff that you can do. Fucking amen. Do it
Oh,
yourself.
like chains, fucking wheel bearings, shit like that.
You should see the
Fine.
sprocket on my pit bike. It
Is
is
it just
so
dark tooth
warm.
as fuck?
Oh my god, it was new when we built it originally. It is
6
warm.
years ago?
So yeah,
It
the
is
4
At least
rebuilds
5 or
ago.
6 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, the big bore
And
the
many
stroker
many
crank,
hours
and-
of hooning later.
yeah, it's worn the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Is it just like pencil fucking thin on each tooth or
It's
what?
not that bad yet, but the
Yeah.
chain you can shift it back
Oh,
and forth
fuck.
on
Oh
it.
god.
It's enough that it needs replaced before we
So-
abuse it anymore.
Hopefully, Andy, maybe once we get back from our trip, we
Yeah.
can take a ride up to Poopies.
They're closing.
Well, no, they're for sale. They're not
Oh, that's
closing
right.
yet.
For sale, closing, same
Um,
thing. Hypothetically,
I would-
There's still a lot of shit to go do. Like that whole Iowa River Valley area is fucking
Yeah,
beautiful.
I would like to attempt. This is my 4th year owning a motorcycle, and I still haven't gone to Psycho.
Yeah.
you could just drive.
I could
there.
go-
I know I
so-
could, but it's like
Yeah,
I
on my
own
old
a motorcycle.
on my old ass tires I currently still have.
You should
um,
replace those.
If I get a job after we come back from the trip, depending on that's
How much are
kinda
new tires
depending.
again?
It'd be about $350-$400, but
That's not
by the
that
time it's
bad.
all said and done, I'm gonna take them off, give them to blue collar, have them do it. So
yeah, when you're broke and jobless, that's not an easy.
Well,
yeah, I'm
well,
like I don't really need to spend $400 right now, so I'll just kind of wait.
and it'll be like October by then.
Yeah, and
it's
it'd be end of the fucking season, so I'm just I'm just gonna wait till probably spring to put them on. Honestly.
probably wait till it gets nice. Do
you.
it then.
Yeah, I'll ride the furthest I'll probably go is Silo. We can do that before the end of the year. I'll
I'll
give you
take
that.
Silo.
I'll give you that because it is kind of nice going out there. But yeah, no, I don't want to go very far because if I do blow a tire, then I have to have somebody bring my truck and trailer out to get me and then drive home. So I'm like, yeah, I don't necessarily want to do that.
So I should put street tires and plates on the pitter. And we can
Yo,
it
roll
would
it up
keep
there.
up. And then Nick gets a Grom, and then we're just balling.
Yeah, but we
You
have
know-
we have to go Grom speed then.
Oh, I did see.
I know. I was
see
gonna
a,
say I don't want to slow y'all down.
it was so
well,
funny.
I don't think the 110 is gonna like cruising at 70. It can do it.
It absolutely does like it.
Yeah.
I can
Well,
just go up a gear in the back. It's
Yeah,
fine.
thing
just
with
cut
the
the throttle.
Or
the
go
thing
down
with
a
the
gear.
Grom and the Navi's faster. The Navi you can
Yeah,
take up to 65.
it's different
Well,
yeah, but
gearing.
it's-
Just switch it.
but it's not
yeah.
a Grom.
I know.
You know,
Well, I did see a.
What's the other one? The monkey.
The monkey.
Yeah, the monkey
Yeah.
I would is
The monkey's
nicer.
dope.
I did see
Monkey's
a
nicer.
$150 moped on Marketplace today.
jeez.
It was in Springfield though, so I'm
Okay.
like, I was gonna buy it and then because it was like not running, has title. I'm like, it's like a Chinese brand, but I'm like, it's a fucking 50cc
It's a
moped.
probably
Like, who
a Teo
cares?
Teo.
Something, yeah,
Yeah.
something like super cheap and dumb. But I was like, for $150, I could buy it, fix it, and then I'm like, Nick, if you want this for like $200, here you go.
So
And I was considering a 200 or a 50cc just for like driving home
Yeah,
from work.
just to get used to. Just
yeah,
kinda,
and just get used to
yeah.
it. Like,
Get
okay,
used
I
to-
like this. I'll
get
get a
used
bike.
to every other thing on the road trying to kill you.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, then you're only out of $200 instead of
Exactly.
like $3,000 on the Grom or something.
Exactly.
this
yes.
might be controversial, but I fucking hate mopeds.
Yeah,
I hate
same.
riding
Okay.
them. They are so unstable and sketchy. I hate it.
Yeah, they're not great.
The
Like,
only-
I'll be honest.
With you sitting on top of the front
Yeah.
wheel and your steering column's straight vertical, any
Yeah.
little bump and they're skittish as hell.
Yeah.
The only fun time now, mind you, I've only ridden a moped like 3 times in my life.
That's
the
enough
only like
times.
fun time that I had is the first. Remember that shitty blue go kart I bought when I was at my sister's?
Yep.
When I went to go pick that up, they were working on 2 mopeds
Mhm.
and they were both turboed and they were actually a little fun. They were janky, like
So fucking cool.
the shittest,
Like botched
poking
together.
thick fucking pot welding I have ever seen.
But hey, did it work?
But it was
They were
kinda
having a
neat.
great time. I'm
They
sure.
were having a great fucking time. He's like, yeah, go fucking take it down the street. And I was like, it makes fucking turbo noises.
Hell yeah.
The amount of times I've thought about buying like another stock 110 and putting like the billet rod and like good
A
pistons in it,
full
and then
Yeah.
do a full
build.
turbo kit on it.
You would have to lower it and stretch it and do like a drag race 110. Like a
How
drag
much
bike.
power is it really? It can't make more power than my 155.
Yeah, but yours is sketchy going down the road. If
Yes,
you
it is.
stretch it and lower it, like
It'll
if you
act
keep it
better.
low and put it on street tires, because they do make supermoto tires for 110.
Yes, they do. I've looked into them.
So like you could do that and then just make it like the drag bike.
I mean, mine's already.
that would be a better pit bike for like events and shit than your 110
Yeah.
would be.
I mean, mine's already stretched 3 inches. How far do I stretch? A foot?
Another
Yes.
3 inches.
What
Have
is
you
it,
ever
a
seen a
Busa?
drag a drag Busa
Oh, I've
when it's
seen 'em.
fucking
Oh,
8 feet
yeah.
long? Like,
Dude, have you
fuck
seen
yeah.
the new ones?
Oh, the
Oh,
23
I don't know.
or
They
24. or whatever.
they look so fucking good.
It's amazing how good like new stuff. Like I like a lot of the new design stylings.
Yeah.
Other than Ford's, somehow they dropped the ball and fucking
Correct.
They ruined the trucks and the Explorers. Like
Yeah.
the Expeditions look terrible. Like I don't know what they did. But
Yeah.
everything else looks so cool now.
Can we go back to Suzuki for a second?
Run it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Good old
So,
Zooks.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Suzuki DRZ 400s.
The one that like you had.
Yeah, so I had one.
You
I
had
had
a
a
400S.
2011 S, and the
Yeah.
S is a more trail version. It's not a supermoto from factory.
What
the
was it
SM
again?
The SM is a supermoto.
Mine was a 2011 Suzuki DRZ 400S.
Right.
Yeah, it's more enduro looking, like off-roadish.
It was a
has
sweet
a
bike.
29 or a 21 inch and a 18 inch in the back. Or
Oh
19
yeah, I
inch in the
remember.
back.
Yeah, yours was white.
Yes.
Yeah. White with like blue wheels. It looks sick.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
So, but the supermoto versions just have, they have those.
Nice.
They have, fat tires. They're 17s front and back. Way more streetable, way better for cornering and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you guys know that Suzuki has not changed the design or basically anything from 2001 until 2024?
Man, you don't fuck with shit that's good.
I'm not kidding.
I was
Don't
gonna say,
ruin
yeah.
perfection.
Forks, engine, chassis, still carbureted, 23 years straight.
Fuck it.
To be fair,
Carbureted.
the one thing
Five-speed.
the one thing they need to change is that transmission. That
Yeah, the 5
5-speed.
speed. If they put a 6 speed in it, it would be a 10 times better bike.
If they put a 6-speed in, would you buy one instead of your Teneri?
No, absolutely not.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, if I was looking for another supermoto, I would also consider it.
I guess the one's a 400, the other's a 700.
Yeah.
It is noticeable.
Yeah, no, and they're just different categories. But if I was, I was kind of up in the air about a Honda CRF 450L,
Right,
which
I
is a
remember this.
450. It's a more aggressive engine. It's not quite a trail bike anymore. It's a little bit more aggressive, but still 100% streetable. It's supposed to be a street bike. But it has a 6-speed. It has bigger displacement. It is quite a bit faster.
Mm-hmm.
New lighter aluminum frame. Just better technology through and through. EFI.
Wow.
Granted,
That's
that's
nice.
It's 2024. Everything should have EFI.
Yeah.
yes, it is. It is a up to date bike. It is exactly what the DRZ should have been built into, but they never did. Honda made it instead, and I'm like, okay, I can be a Honda guy. That's fine. I was thinking about buying one of those.
Yeah.
Those are about out the door, brand new. It was like 11.5, 12.5, somewhere in there.
isn't
Suzuki,
bad.
yeah, DRZs are like right now brand new. I think they're like 9,500 ish.
Damn.
Like,
So, but if Suzuki were to upcharge and give it the 6-speed, and say maybe it's 10 or 10.5, they would be almost comparable.
so could you have geared it enough to make it where you'd be happy with it, or would first be not enough if you geared it that high?
I'll say I played with the gearing on my 17s a little bit.
Yeah.
I did a lot of forum research, and I was kind of looking for like what everybody likes to do and this and that. And I think I changed sprocket setups once on it just to kind of get a little bit more like cruising speed, basically.
Well, because you're riding with everyone on Harleys and street
Yeah,
bikes.
I'm cruising, like it cruised pretty decent at 65 ish, but we're in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, and it's fucking 45 minutes out to any destination that we go to, and I'm cruising with Harleys that can cruise at 120. I know because I had one. Like you literally just set cruise and you're fucking golden. Whereas my little DRZ with a 5-speed is fucking screaming at 10,000 RPM in fucking 5th gear,
Have
doing
you
7.
ever looked into the TW200s by Yamaha?
They're neat.
It's a
Yeah.
smaller
They're
displacement.
neat.
I
It would be a great
love to
learner
get
bike.
one.
That would be a great learner bike to go in between, or like if you're upgrading from a Grom and you're like, I don't know if I want to go like a full say like
Dual
like a
sport.
Tenere dual sport, or if I want to go enduro supermoto, that's the TW would be your middle bike.
I think,
But
like,
it's a great first bike too.
If I were to ever get a second bike just for like, fuck it, I'm gonna trail ride this cocksucker.
Something you
I
could like
think-
cruise down to the rivers.
Yeah,
with or
exactly.
something,
I
you
just
know.
get a little TW200. It's not aggressive enough to where it's like, I'm not gonna smack a tree in the middle of the woods at 65 and wrap the frame around it.
Yeah.
But if you
But-
do hit a tree in this thing, it's a tank because it's only a 200 cc.
Exactly.
And they're fat tires. It's super easy to ride.
It's got 18s in the rear.
Yeah.
It's
That's
fucking
huge.
Right.
Yeah, that's actually- I didn't
Have
know
you
it
seen
was
the
big.
pictures of it?
I thought it'd be like a 16, dude. They're fucking.
No,
it's a tiny
I'm
bike.
on their website. So it's
My
a
110 is a 10
it's a
inch
14
tire.
in the front and an 18 in the rear.
Whoa, really? Oh, that is super goofy.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look
But
fucking
it's a
cool?
tank. They
Oh,
are so
beefy.
stable, and they're like I said,
Interesting.
they're really, really good first bikes for people.
Yeah.
But because of that, they also have a really good resale.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have owned one or like recommend them more to people, but they still bring like 3-4 grand. Whereas
enough.
like a used DRZ 400 is only a little bit more aggressive than the TW
Probably-
200,
and you're probably 4
And
to
you're
5
only-
grand still.
you're only like 35 to 4.
Yeah,
So it's like, why would you necessarily do that?
that is fair. But yeah, that's the problem with like living so far away from anything.
Yeah,
Like-
they're not. We are in the shittest area for almost everything.
Which is that's why I ended up selling the sandrail because it's
Yeah,
20
where are you gonna use that?
it's 20 minutes to any town. You're fucking beaten to shit from the wind by the time you get there,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like tired of driving it then. And it was always broken. You know that. Did I tell you guys? I know I told Marcus. I told the rest of you
told
guys
me.
that the guy I sold it to is selling it.
no, I did not.
No.
Okay.
Did he sell it for a markup?
He had it listed for more than he paid me for it,
Oh,
but
what
that
a
does not
bitch.
mean it will sell for that because I owned it and I know it won't sell for that.
Okay, do you honestly think, I mean, I doubt that you really met that guy, but like, do you think that he had the knowledge to and the time to kind of fix that
Was
up?
it
Yeah.
the guy you bought it off of?
No,
because I remember
guy.
that guy when we went to pick up the trailer.
that guy was retarded.
That guy is There's
I-
no other good way to fucking put it. He was
Missing a
interesting.
couple fucking chromosomes.
Yeah,
because that guy. So the guy I bought it from, it had the sandrail and a trailer.
Yeah.
I towed the sandrail home first, and we drove back to get the trailer the next day or whatever.
Yeah.
He tried to get me to pay more money after we'd already agreed. I already had the title and I already left with it.
yeah.
He's like,
remember
well,
that
I had to replace the heater core on this Dodge Nitro that I traded him for it. And I'm like, yeah, that
Okay.
sucks. All right.
now. Yeah.
You'll have that.
He's like, you want to like give me like $100? I'm like,
No.
no. I'm like, what the fuck do you
Eat a
mean?
dick.
I'm like, that's like you were.
I
I can't believe
remember
you're
that now,
wasting
yeah.
my time right now with this. Like, you knew it was bad yesterday when you bought it. Like,
We
Yeah.
took my Crown Vic to
Not
go
that
get that,
gay.
didn't we?
yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have my hits on the Crown Vic. Fucking
Yeah,
love
that guy knew nothing. He was fucking so dumb. This guy seemed like he was actually pretty knowledgeable. He works for
that's good.
he works for Alcoa, like the aluminum company.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turns out if you work for the aluminum company, you get you got a rebate on an aluminum F-150 when you bought it through the company because you're buying aluminum, which is what they.
Oh
make.
yeah, and it's like, oh yeah, like you're investing in our product here.
And I'm like, that's cool. But
That's
yeah,
kinda
Wow.
neat.
you know, he relisted it about a month ago. When I was taking Nick's Jeep to Minnesota, on the way
Yep.
up there, I was texting with him about it because he wanted the parts list that I had. Because
Mm-mm.
I made an Excel spreadsheet with every single
Yeah.
part I'd ever bought for it.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, do you still have that?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Can you send it to me?" And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "Oh, I'm selling it to fund my Pro Street car." I'm like,
Oh.
"Okay."
Good for
Okay.
you, buddy.
I'm like,
Cool.
Sure, cool.
So if he's building a Pro City car, he actually might be mechanically inclined.
he actually did fix. He put shocks on it, which it needed.
Yes.
He
Okay.
changed the rear tire size, which it did need.
Yeah.
They were way too big. He did new seat covers, new steering wheel. Like he did fix some of the things that I had a problem with.
What about that shoddy stereo?
That stereo was fine. It was just quiet.
Oh.
It was quiet for when you were driving 60 miles an hour.
Oh,
In
okay.
the-
Around town is it was fine.
That thing around town was great because it had a nasty lopey cam.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
brap, brap, brap,
Yeah.
all
As
around
long as
town.
you as long as you knew how to drive it and keep it running, like because
yeah.
the clutch was heavy
'Cause Marcus
and
kept
like long.
It was a
Stalling it.
It was a
Hey. I accidentally put it into second gear and was trying to take third gear.
because the transmission's such a short ratio.
yeah.
And
Once
it's,
I got it into first, I didn't kill it.
and it's a stage.
I still got
3
that video somewhere.
Stage 3 racing clutch. You know, I can't.
So-
it was heavy.
For all
Oh,
100
yeah,
for all
I tried
180
pushing it.
horsepower.
You
Oh
know,
no, it was 100 horsepower. In a good
Okay,
day.
I don't know.
Stock,
I was
Good day.
guessing.
stock for that engine was 40 horsepower.
Oh, yeah, that's
we
fair.
bought it
I
from-
forgot.
it
I
was
forgot it's the
Ford.
air-cooled VW I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
4-cylinder VW. It was originally 1600 cc,
Mhm.
and we bored it out to 1915 cc's.
Oh,
Put
damn.
custom cast race heads on it. A big ass angle cam. I think it's a 120 was the number for it.
Mhm.
Dual carbs, tuned the whole thing, and it ran amazing. It had so much power for what it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But driving it 60 miles an hour was abusive.
Yeah.
It was rough. So I'd asked him like, because it's been about a year since he bought it.
Yeah.
I'm like, how's it been? Like, have you had any trouble with it?
Yeah.
Because I had nothing but trouble with it. His response, trouble free. I drive all over.
What a dick.
I'm like, I fixed everything on it and waited for it to fail, and I was just tired of like the nervous
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
time
you were
bomb.
like, it's just
Yeah.
gonna do it again. I don't trust it.
And he's
Fuck
like,
it.
He's like, nope, it's never had a problem. I was like kind of pissed. I'm like, God damn it.
Right.
Well,
of course.
it's
one
probably
that
because
got
he
away.
babied it.
No,
and
No.
not beat the
it's
shit out of
I'm
it.
better. It's gone.
I'm glad it's gone. I do not want it back.
Your F-350 could drive circles around that fucking thing. It's
Oh, yeah.
fine.
Oh,
And it-
yeah, valid. Okay.
Because that's basically what you replaced it with.
that was exactly what I replaced it
Yeah.
with. I sold the rail in September, bought that in October.
Yeah.
That
And then
was-
had it ready to go by Hangover Run in January. So.
That's a strong word.
Well,
It's
yeah,
ready.
ready-ish.
When it was cold out, it was ready. Now that
That's
it's warm
already
out.
that's already coming up a year.
Once we get back,
Fucking nuts.
once we get back from our trip, I'm gonna
You're gonna
work.
crunch on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on the trailer this weekend. Hopefully, get that most of the way done.
Mhm.
Then crunch on the truck.
Gotcha.
Get it all so we can turn and
Show
stuff.
time.
I was thinking about starting on mine because I think I can probably get the front long arms done
Mhm.
and then do front.
Well, it depends if you are poor or not.
Well,
you might-
I already have the long
Oh, that's
arms.
true. Yeah,
I already
forgot.
have the front unibody stiffeners. I can dial in the front end. The only thing I wouldn't have would be the winch bumper and winch that I want.
I got a
but-
welder, homie.
Yeah, I don't
Ooh.
really care.
Speaking of that, this weekend is Harbor Freight's Labor Day sale.
Oh, okay.
They have a 25% off coupon.
Mm-hmm.
It does not exclude winches. It normally does.
Yeah.
I checked through it.
I
and
don't
it-
have enough money to buy a winch.
No, I didn't expect that, but I'm probably gonna pick one up because
It's
you
not
can
a
get
bad idea.
so you can get the Badlands Apex with the cable or with the synthetic cable winch.
Usually $500.
It's normally like the one with the synthetic is like 650.
Oh yeah.
You can get it for literally like 480 right now.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or the regular one you can get for like 240. Like it's
damn.
it is a noticeable
That's not
difference.
bad.
So I'm like I might grab one just because it's the best price I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
Whether
Yeah.
they meant to exclude it from the coupon or not, I don't know because it's normally excluded.
Yeah.
This time it's not. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
advantage of it. Fuck it.
Yeah.
You ever
Fuck
try
yeah.
to push some inventory on them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they just upgraded the 12,000 pounds Badland winch is a staple in off road.
Mhm.
It is beefy as hell.
And it's cheap, so
And it
everybody
was-
uses it.
It was $299 forever.
Yes.
They upgraded that to the ZXR model or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think all it does is it spools in a little bit faster under no load.
Mm-hmm.
Because the old one was super slow. That was everyone's complaint, but it
Yeah.
never stopped working.
Mm-hmm.
I think they sped that up a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like 350.
Yeah.
So I can get it for like 280 or something. That's gonna be awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, so my plan is, oh wait, no, never mind. I was thinking because there's a winch cradle that kind of bolts in between my unibody, like underneath the radiator, basically.
Right.
And one of the bumpers I was looking at is where the winch basically sat underneath the radiator, which is kind of a really tight spot to
Oh,
do that
the
in.
super tucked in one.
Yeah.
I
Bad
know-
Dad Fab winches.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
The bumper I'm looking at now, which is going to be the matching to my rear bumper I have, that is actually out in the front, and I can probably put the Apex in there
Mm-hmm.
because the Apex, it's all one piece. The control box.
I believe the ZXR is two now. It's all one. Like I know the Apex is one big cast chunk, and it's all
It's all
connected.
plastic or cast, I guess.
I don't know if it. I guess I don't know. if
But
it's
no, like the
plastic or aluminum.
ZXR is I've had those.
No, that was the old style though. Because they recently updated it.
Oh, okay. I guess I didn't know that. I
So I was looking
I
at 'em.
still thought it was called the ZXR.
The old one was the ZXR. They have so ZXR is the new name for them.
Okay.
But I think they updated the design as well. 'Cause,
Okay.
like the one on our car trailer at home is a 5K ZXR,
Yeah.
but it looks just like a regular.
Well, yeah, because I bought I have it on the trailer, I guess. My 12K.
Yeah.
And where the control box, it just mounts to the two the bars on top of where the cable gets wound up in.
Right.
It just mounts on there. You can technically take that off and mount it anywhere you want.
Oh, shit.
It's just meant to be put on there.
Yeah.
Just for most cases.
Yeah.
The good thing about that is with that and the winch cradle that goes underneath that radiator. When you take off that top box, it shortens it up by like 3-4 inches probably.
So that's the new style one here.
Okay.
It's not this because it used to tighten onto the tension bars for the spool.
Yes.
This one looks like it bolts onto the top of the cast.
You might still be able to mount it somewhere else.
The old one had a nice amount of lead on it, so you could move it. This one I don't know because I haven't seen it.
I see the cables on the backside, but there's no back side of this.
But you see how it looks a little different. It's got like an
yeah,
actual case on
is.
it.
Yeah.
That's the newer style. It looks good. It looks like it'll be a little bit better, but
yeah.
I haven't looked at it close enough to see what.
Yeah, 380 right now.
Yeah, so 380, but you get it set, 25% off.
Yeah,
What if we took the Badlands, a winch at Badlands? Just kidding.
You'd be shocked how many are actually
everybody
out there.
has.
Pretty much
Damn.
everybody uses them.
Yeah. No, it's a nice winch for fucking $379. Like,
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
really can't complain.
And if you really need more power, just put a snatch block on it and double it.
I have a double snatch blocked before off a 3,500-pound winch.
Yeah.
And I was bending the metal of the trailer, pulling stuff with it. Like it was brutal.
Yeah.
Trying to pull a car with all 4 brakes locked and the tires flat out of a mud hole.
Oh, that one in Wisconsin?
Mercury Montclair. Yeah, it was sunk in the ground. We literally bent the connectors or the metal loops on the trailer trying to drag it up there.
Holy shit.
I'm a 12K, perfectly fine. You're not going to slow it down.
Yeah.
Fuck
You use a snatch block to change the angle of it more than you use it to double it.
Yeah, that too.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was kind of in the same boat of get a winch possibly mounted in mine
Mm-hmm.
because I have a pretty open front there.
Front
Yeah,
that already
yeah.
is
I'm already
somewhat
t-
set up.
I'm already gonna take all the tie rods out anyway and redo those. So while
Yeah.
I'm in
We're
there,
just going to do a lot of front end work, basically.
Right.
all the front end work because I completely ignored the front end when I built it the first time.
Yeah.
because I did
correct.
all the back end work.
It was fine.
We did exclusively back end work. It didn't run for I had it for 3 months. It only ran for a total of 2 weeks during that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had
Did
cut-
you talk to Dave about any of the shit yet or no?
I talked to him.
He's busy as shit because he's preparing for core.
I figured
but-
he had plenty of stuff going on, and I wasn't ready for it anyway.
Yeah.
So I talked to him earlier this year. He said he still had it and whatever
Okay,
else, but
yeah.
I wasn't gonna try to
I'm pretty sure it's sitting there from last core.
That's
I
the
really
thing,
don't think
is-
it's even moved.
I know it's not taken apart yet.
Well, I talked to him. Well, I guess I talked to him at core or at Complete Off Road's
Open house.
appreciation.
yeah.
But
No, I need to. I'll probably talk to him when we get back and see what his. Because basically, if he's not gonna be ready to pull it apart yet,
yeah,
then I'll end up just buying stuff new.
yeah,
Which I'm not opposed to because then I know it's brand new and I have warranties on shit.
yeah,
Versus his is still pretty new and in good condition. Nothing wrong with it, but
Mm-hmm.
Right.
we'll see. We'll see when I get back how ambitious and stuff I get.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it'll depend if he's ready for that or not. And at him, being a week back from core, he might not feel like doing anything. Or is he taking the Ranger or the Toyota to core? Do you know?
Toyota.
Okay.
Yeah, Ranger still has a broken frame. So
Oh, that's
look,
right.
it's literally has not moved because he's too lazy to fix it. He's like, I'm just gonna keep buying other Jeeps and rigs and shit.
I guess-
build them. Way more work than what fucking either fixing or replacing the frame on the Ranger would be. But
That's
whatever,
fair.
man.
I guess worst case scenario, you, me, and Michael just drive down there and take it off.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't be. It's not that bad.
if he's busy as hell, hey, we'll be down on set Sunday, we'll all just knock it out real quick, or something.
Yeah,
Hypothetically, I'm sure he wouldn't have a problem with that if it comes to it.
I'm sure. Well, it'd be great if we could do two things, which would be bring my Dana 30 down there and do gears in it.
Oh,
Because they
that's
have all
right.
the shit. They've done it. They know what they're doing, and yeah, I was kind of wanting to do that. But I also need the truss welded on it. I was hoping to have you do that, but
I'll do it.
I know you're busy, so
60 hours ain't nothing.
we're
of time.
gonna get the main trip out of the way first. So.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of things getting on hold because that's
Trust
coming
me, I want it out of my fucking garage. I'm so sick of tripping over it, but I can't. I don't want to put it outside yet because it'll just get shitty and fucking.
It'll
ugh.
sit outside, get rained on, and
Yeah,
tur-
and I
turkeys will.
Well,
peck at
I
it.
have the shafts out of it, so the inner tubes can get rusty.
Ooh,
I have the yoke off the back, so that can get rusty. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck. I need to do a little bit of prep work, get it at least maybe tacked together, and then you just full weld it and preheat it
Yeah.
and weld it and shit.
right. Weld it, cool it, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of
But
prepping,
I just don't even have 220 to weld it properly. So
yeah. Do you know if Steve ever did anything with his transfer case?
I think
'Cause
I'm going down there next week to put it in for him actually, because I have 3 days off next week.
That sounds
because-
more like it.
I'm quitting my job tomorrow,
Yeah.
which I guess my boss already kind of knows. But
Why don't you wait till Tuesday so you can get Labor Day pay?
I thought about it, but
Jesus.
I mean, am I
yeah.
wrong?
I don't really know. Well, because that would technically be a different check. I could ask him
free
and be
check.
like, "Hey,
Can
Can
I
I
quit
get Labor
Tuesday
Day?
morning?
can you technically give me fucking Tuesday?" He
boss
probably
man?
won't care.
No, he doesn't care.
Um,
But
I could probably send him a text, and be like, "Hey, can I get that $200 or whatever it'd be. Like
To be fair, a lot of places are, if you don't show up the day after a holiday, you're not getting paid.
Yeah,
I don't know what happens if you
yeah.
quit the day
Yeah, I
after
don't
the
really
holiday.
know.
Right.
I don't know. It'd be worth just be like, hey, like, am I getting paid for Monday? And just kind of,
Yeah, I thought about asking him and be like, hey, can I get like Labor Day's 8 hours on like this check? That'd be cool.
yeah,
Like,
just bump me forward just a hair. But
yeah, but oh well.
so you're finally doing it. You're quitting.
Yeah.
Quitting
So so I'll be off.
Well, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow's my last day. Go figure. Today and tomorrow we're tearing apart a crusher, and it took.
What a dick fucking move.
It sucks. But it was kind of my call too, because I'm like, let's just get this done, because he wanted to do it tomorrow. The guy I'm working with, and I'm like, fuck it. Like I prepared yesterday because he had to leave an hour early. So I'm like, oh fuck it. When I'll take my time at the end of the day, get ready for Thursday today. And like I'll get the crusher opened up. I'll get the fucking conveyor stacker like set down because it was propped all the way up with the hydraulic. I was like, I'll lower it all the way down, get it ready to be worked on, and we'll do both of those, and then we can be running on Friday, and I'll just have a nice easy Friday. Well, then, so what happened is inside the crusher, it's basically a blender. Think of a giant cylinder, a roller with 4.
With an M&M's tube stuck over top of
Yes.
it. But you cannot damage the cylinder.
Yeah. So think of a giant cylinder with 4 bars that bolt into it. Basically, that spins very fast. Well,
it's a taffy puller, essentially. Where the hook
essentially, well, no, because it's
Yes, but no.
one piece.
Yeah, I know. But same kind of.
So it's just a fucking blender with 4 bars on it that breaks shit. Well, it throws shit up against what's called an apron. It has replaceable liners on it. They're like 4 or 5 inches thick and just like super hard steel.
AR 5-600, something like
Yeah,
that. Something nasty.
And then there's two aprons. One of the aprons, the lower apron, there's 2 aprons. The lower apron is technically kind of connected to the upper apron. It has 2, we call them boomerangs. There's one giant like 6-inch shaft that goes and holds the top apron up, as well as 2 adjuster rods. That way you can set your depth to like crush down the material to a certain size or not.
Yeah.
So it's basically just connected with that one pin and then the 2 adjuster rods. Well, the lower apron is connected to that same rod, but it's just curved steel, and then there's 4 bolt holes on either side of the lower apron that they bolt from the middle out to. So like the side of the crusher's here, the boomerang's here, and then the apron is the whole width of it.
Yeah.
And same setup on the other side.
Sure.
Yeah. That was a visual key. You guys need to see it on Spotify or YouTube.
Yeah. Great plug.
So
Yeah.
one bolt was broken off, one bolt was missing, and it was only being on the one side, and then it only had the other 2 in there. And apparently it's been like this for a while because there was a lot of buildup of dust and asphalt dust and everything else in there. So it wasn't a huge concern, but the guy I was working with was like, it's not going to hurt for you to learn how to do this and this and that, whatever. Like, it's not that hard, but sure, like we'll get it done because nobody else will. That's the common theme where at work is if I don't do it, fucking no one will. And it's going to be 10 times more of a pain in the ass if it does break how I think it will. If I'm the one here when it does break, I'll be even more pissed that I didn't do it when I had the opportunity.
It's the same thing with me at work. Well, I might as well just do it because what are you going to do? Hire somebody to come in here and do a half-ass job to where I'm going to have to clean it up anyway?
Who else is going to do
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
So they're 1.25 inch bolts. They are
Fuck, that's pretty hefty.
Oh, yeah.
yay big. They're fucking huge.
I mean, they're holding on 5-inch plate.
Yeah, true.
Well, no, it's holding up a
Well,
5,000-6,000 pound apron
well, yeah.
through a 1-inch plate. Yeah, and then there's probably it'd be 8 5-inch by 1 foot, 5-inch thick by it'd be the layout would be probably 10 by 5,
Yeah.
and then 5 inches thick.
Yeah.
There's 8 of them.
Whole lot of that.
Like I said, it's probably about 5,000 or 6,000 pounds is what this apron is. So there's 4 bolts per side. 1 bolt was broken, 1 was missing, the other 2 were there. Took a while. Finally got the 2 bolts out. We had to get the semi-mechanics service truck over there with his Ingersoll Rand 3/4 inch impact, because the 1-inch one did not fit, or else we would have
I was
used
about to
it.
say, I'm like, that's a 1-inch impact.
Yeah, no, because there's the back of the apron is slotted, so there's just like a pocket you can put it in. So the 1-inch one was too big, and even ours was too big, but I just barely made it fit.
Fair.
But ours didn't have enough oomph. The compressor, even with the 1/2-inch line that we plugged into it, did not have enough power or pressure. So we had to have the Teamster mechanic come over,
Wow.
used his, finally got it out. Then we had to slide the boomerang like separate from the apron, which is basically, so there's the 6,000-pound fucking apron pushing on it up against the wall of the crusher. So we tried to come along a bunch of different ways, didn't work. A porta power. We tried to separate it, didn't work. Then I welded a tab onto it with a hole in it, basically an eyelet. We put a bolt in it, and then we porta powered the bolt and the tab off. It worked. But this is noon. Or this is just before noon for lunch break. We finally get it done. We've done nothing all day except for try to get this one broken bolt out, basically. Come back after work. I tried 5 times to weld a nut to the broken bolt and then back it off with an impact. I got it to move maybe 1/8 of an inch. And then every single time I kept fucking snapping the nuts off. I'm like, I'm done. It's 2:30. I'm going home. I'm going home.
That's it for today.
Literally. And I didn't even make the call. He looked at the time. He's like, it's 2:00. I'm like, he's like, what he said. He was like, it's 2:00. You're gonna try tomorrow. I'm like, I probably won't even try tomorrow. I'm gonna make the guy who's like really, really good at welding at work do it because I'm just over it. Fuck this. I fucking started throwing tools down to the truck in the dirt. I threw all the hose. We had the fucking, oh my god.
Hose.
We had the 1/4-inch hose, 1/2-inch hose, both ends of the welding leads, the torch, 3 impacts, 2 porta powers, 6 hammers, pry bars, screwdrivers. What other shit we have up there?
So a whole fucking toolbox.
This is as bad
fucking
as the
air
fucking-
chipper, dude. I mean, just fucking everywhere. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking over it, dude. Like, we're gonna spend the next half hour cleaning this up. I'm gonna go inside, wash my arms in the sink, and I'm going home.
and start fresh tomorrow.
Or, like I said, I'm gonna have the guy who's good at welding do it because apparently I can't.
and doing it in the morning when it's like pretty cool out will be,
Yeah.
excellent.
So,
Wasn't too horrible today.
Today
yeah.
was nice.
so I really fucked myself on my second to last day at work, and
shit happens.
hopefully tomorrow will be half decent, but I still imagine it'll be all day of maintenance.
So when they say, "Hey, we're working Saturday," what are you doing?
I will work Saturday. If they want to work Saturday, I will. I probably won't. I should cover for my dad if they do work. That way I get the fucking 8-10 hours of overtime.
There you
Would
go.
be great.
Yeah,
that
no
way
reason-
I get a nice bonus for the trip before the trip.
You really have no reason not to.
Oh yeah. This weekend, yes. I just didn't want to work because this weekend's Labor Day.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Monday we have off. No one will work on Monday.
Correct.
Then there's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is the only other days I would have available to work, and then Friday I leave for the trip.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
which I will get into that next week.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. We'll recap all of next week. Next week.
I'm sure I can ramble on. Probably at least 20 minutes of what my plans are. So,
Oh, you easily.
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
After last episode, you just fucking went off on MX bikes for 40
Yeah.
minutes.
I was
That was a good episode,
It
guys.
worked. Yeah, it worked.
It was good because you guys were gone.
Hey, whoa.
What
You
you mean
dead?
by
You
that?
were dead. You
I
fucking
was-
died.
I was dead. Fuck it.
It's like, speaking of dead, just tell us about your week. What did you
I
do?
can go into this a little bit.
You've
so
been busy with work.
2 weeks ago, we did most of the electrical fitment, got the transmitter set in place, and then just kind of started eyeballing where everything would go.
Mhm.
So this whole week was basically getting things up and running, things programmed, and the hardest part of this job. So there is a thing called a coax switcher.
Mhm.
It's basically a box with an electric motor in there, and it has 2 U-shaped transmission lines, and so it can shift to one or the other.
Oh, it's like a rocker switch
Yeah,
almost.
yeah,
With 2
basically.
different poles that
Yeah.
one
So you
or
can
the other.
plug 2 transmitters in
Mhm.
and get one output and a dummy load,
Okay.
which we don't have a dummy load, so
Yet. Or you
Yeah.
they're decently expensive. I really don't see the need for it, but if they buy it, they buy it.
fair.
For people who don't know what a dummy load is, you can basically dump wattage and it'll eat the wattage and turn it into heat. So
It's usually
you
like-
can run a transmitter at full power without actually transmitting.
Right. It's just literally generating.
Yeah.
It's turning the power into something else.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like battery tester is usually carbon.
Yep.
It'll just be a carbon pile. It'll try to melt it essentially, and it can't do it.
So basically, so in that building within the strut or the trusses, there's 2 sets of 2x4s that are stacked 3 together.
Okay.
So we basically hung unistrut up east to west on that.
Mm-hmm.
Then from that unistrut dropped with threaded bolt 5 separate unistruts going north to south, and the switcher was on a set of 2.
Okay.
So mainly separated so it could go front to back, side to side. It could move in 360
Pretty
degrees
much any
within a
direction
range.
it needs to
Yeah.
go. You can adjust.
Because we basically had to eyeball it until we could plug it
everything's-
directly in. Because the old transmitter plugs directly. It goes straight up out of its main
Mhm.
transmission line, has a 90, and it plugs directly into it.
So you almost had to slide that into
We
its
did.
line.
That's basically what we had to do.
Because the line, is it a hard line where you can't really move it? Yeah. So
Yeah.
you cannot adjust for the lines. You have to slide slide it into it to connect it.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So yeah, ran 2 new transmission lines, ran a nice pipe for nice cable management, cleaned the rack up, ran new wiring for my tower light indicator, my temp sensor, a bunch of other stuff. If I were to take pictures, or I probably have pictures, I'd have to find them, but before and after, it's a completely different other site.
Like you almost won't even
You
recognize
wouldn't
it.
realize it. Like we had wire coiled up on top of Wall's transmitter. I pulled all of it out because it serves no purpose. And then the 2 wires that are coming out, which is audio and an Ethernet,
Mhm.
up top, it's an air vent basically. I zip tied
The
4
cables.
times around. So from start to finish, it is zip tied in place, and it's not gonna ever fucking move.
There's no chance of it wiggling loose
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's way better.
Went ham on cable management, and it looks so good.
Nice.
Awesome.
For how it is now. So we got a couple little things to tweak out. I need a new router for that site.
Mhm.
And for some weird reason, we have a GPS satellite attenuator
Okay.
for some things that I don't really know about, but whatever. It was totally working fine when we test fitted everything the first visit that they came, and then we went to go like zip tie the cable and do everything nice, and it just shit itself.
Could
So
it be like EMI, like electromagnetic interference with it? Because you're organizing all the cables. Could it be too close to something generating power?
We thought of that, but the fact that like we'd plug it in and nothing happened,
That is weird.
so
Normally
it
it would
was
just be a bad
kind
signal.
of
Yeah.
shit out. So they sent me a new one for fucking Canada, and I put that in today and got that all done. But yeah, she's pretty fucking minty.
Cool.
Um,
You say I've been like my FM radio. I tuned it to your new station, and it sounds great.
it
Yeah, no, it
punches.
sounds
it's
awesome.
fucking
Like,
hard.
I am shocked how good HD radio is.
Dude,
It is impressive.
next time we go to Chicago, if we take your truck, you gotta listen to 101.1. It is insane.
Yeah, I would like it is stream quality, if not maybe a hair higher than like
Well,
generic stream.
And here's the
it's
thing,
very nice
too. So the way we deliver audio to that site is with a 30 to 25-year-old piece of equipment.
Yeah.
So once
Aren't
that
you the
gets
25-year-old
upgrade,
piece of equipment?
yeah, I'm the tool.
Sometimes you're the hammer.
Yeah. So if and when we ever upgrade that, which I hope that we would, because funny thing, I was explaining an issue that we were having at another transmitter site, and I was like, oh yeah, the transformer went out in the right side receiver, and our consultants, he literally looked at me and was like, the fact that you have to say right and left side shows how fucking old that was. That means there was no stereo music.
It is outputting 2 mono signals.
2 monos.
And you're combining them later.
Yeah.
Well, it was 1 mono at the time, and we
Yeah.
had to buy a left and right unit to
Right.
upgrade to stereo. He's like,
Holy shit.
yeah,
Yeah, when the
that's not fucking good.
when the installer goes, "Wow, that sucks."
Well, so another funny thing is BIVQ. When they first bought us and they were doing their first visits, I showed him that, and he's like, "Oh man, I didn't know you had another tube." I'm like, "No, that's solid state." And he's like, They only made like that company Continental only made solid states for the fucking military, and that's it.
You should not have that.
He was like, I've never seen one in person, and that's very sad. In the good old year of 2023, this is still running.
The fact that you still have it is what, because once the military adopts it, that means it's 10-year-old technology.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's 10 years in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was probably 10 years in the future,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was a while
in
ago.
1940.
Yeah. Well, so our oldest was
from
built,
the war.
Dropping
Yeah.
solid states in Normandy.
our oldest transmitter was built in 73.
That's, I mean, 50 years.
That.
She's 50 years old.
What station?
GLC.
I believe it.
And that's the next upgrade.
Yes.
'Cause it needs it bad.
I am surprised the Q didn't get HD first, because isn't that y'all's most popular station?
It is, but it isn't. It's I don't follow ratings at all. It was kind of funny because I was talking to our VP today about like,
Yeah.
hey, if we want to do like a switch on BZG, like we should do active rock.
Fuck yeah,
And he was like,
brother.
well, the ratings.
BZG is 100.9, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That that did get an upgrade, correct?
No.
No.
you sure?
WYYF.
Yeah.
106.
Dude, are
I'm
you getting like
positive.
insane good signal on 80 now?
No, I'm up in Morris.
Yeah.
I'm fucking 45
Yes.
minutes
At
away.
100.9?
100.9 came in,
Yes.
which is crazy because usually I get 100.7. Usually
Yeah, that's where the cross is.
just past Ottawa, like Marseille's Seneca area is. Usually that is where if I'm still on 100.9, it'll start to fade into 100.7.
yeah.
100.9's always had
Today
the
at
best
today
signal.
at work, 100.9, clear as fucking day.
So you want to know why?
No.
Sure.
Because it's pretty interesting.
You boosted the signal.
And that's all we've got.
So because of the humidity that we've had over the past
Yeah.
week, what happens is it gets bounced up against the ionosphere and it tries to
Okay.
come back down, and the humidity and the moisture in the air keeps
Carry it
bouncing
further?
it back up.
Okay.
About a month ago, we had an email from a guy in Canada who could hear GLC.
That's nuts.
Holy
That's
shit.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He
Damn.
took the time to email you guys though. That's awesome.
He sent like 3 or 4 emails. I'll have to.
Did he like provide proof or something?
Oh yeah. There was a picture
Oh,
of him
that's
sitting in his
awesome.
home built shack and everything, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's on this antenna, and I could hear you for this amount of time, and da 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 da." And I
That's
was just
crazy.
like,
That's kind of neat.
That's cool. Yeah.
"Bro, that's kind of fucking neat."
I mean, considering the closest part to Canada is 7.5, 8 hour
Oh, at
drive.
least.
Right.
More than that, probably.
Well, I'll say I know the Northwoods, like Minocqua and shit's about 6.5 right now.
yeah. So yeah, at least 7, 8.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's badass. That was cool of him to tell you guys though.
That is super neat.
Give me one second.
Radios and signals and stuff. Like, I mean, that's how ham guys do it. They'll bounce off
Yeah,
stuff.
ham
and
guys.
They'll repeat all the way to the fucking moon for all
He's
that
an
matters.
avid radio listener and hobbyist here in Western Canada. And I enjoy hearing distant stations. Last Thursday, the FM dial went crazy for a bit, and I heard several distant stations, including your station W. Oh no, it wasn't. Sorry, it was BZG.
GG. Wow.
Of course it was.
He did a brief recording. Here in Alberta.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
So from Putnam County to Alberta, Canada.
To Sir Albert, Canada. I thought everyone's like racing to see who can be the fastest to pull it up.
Driving, it would be
Oh my fucking god.
No, I'm on Snapchat. So
Wow.
1,800 miles.
Does it give you an hour?
yeah, I'll say
Right there.
1 day, 5 hours.
next to Calgary.
So 29 hours of driving away.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
Damn.
She bounced up that far.
That's all it takes. One lucky.
I want to know his whole setup. That's cool.
It's
I'll
probably
have to-
intense.
yeah, I'll say his.
I'm
is
sure.
probably,
No, I'm sure it's intense, but like that's awesome.
He seems like a Jack kind of guy where he's like, oh yeah, I've got this and that and all
I
these
just
fancy.
fucking love radios, man.
Yeah, love all the things. Considering he knows it's bouncing off the ionosphere
Right.
to get to him.
And he sent us the recording.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
When he announces himself as an avid radio listener.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah,
Like-
I say that's
have you
done-
ever seen the fucking videos of the train guy, the train kid?
I don't think I
Dude,
have.
with the 360 camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude fucking.
Oh,
freaks
he's just
me
a
out.
fucking like
Oh, I know.
he is on the spectrum, absolutely.
I know the kid you're talking
And he does
about
a
now.
360 cam like on the brim of his hat.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's hilarious.
I've
He's a
seen
train
the
spotter.
Deftones album cover meme of him.
Oh yeah,
So,
absolutely.
He's
That's
actually
one
in
of the best
Dunmore, which was 22 hours and 6 minutes away.
That's still a long ass
Yeah,
way.
That's sick.
1,400 miles.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
For a station that can't reach 140 miles.
That can't you
go.
can't fucking reach in Peoria.
Wow.
No, BZ or 100 point or yeah, sorry, BZG you can hear in the
BZG.
outskirts of Peoria.
Sometimes.
But
Damn.
yeah,
That's
so
kinda
crazy
neat.
shit. So that's probably why you heard it good today because it's good
That's
weather.
awesome.
We also have another thing called sun fading, which is where if we have a solar flare up, we get like a lot of complaints like your station keeps going in and out, and it's like, yeah, it's the sun. Sorry, I can't do shit about it.
They're like, okay.
You got a gun, point it at the sun until it stops.
Speaking of the sun, did y'all see the moon last night / this morning?
You want to
Yeah.
see a moon?
The
That's a
sun.
my type of joke. Come
Yeah,
on.
I know.
Yes, I saw the sun or the
Yeah.
moon last night.
Well, yeah, it as bright as it was this morning. I don't know. It was fucking huge and stupid and like crazy bright.
It was a
Japanese saw
harvest.
the sun twice in 1945.
It was a harvest moon
Uh,
for a little bit, and then it went up and got. Well, it's a full moon. It's gonna be
Yeah.
bright.
So
but-
yeah, when I was walking blue at like 4 a.m., I walked outside. I was like, it was as bright as this fucking light right here. I was like, God damn, man.
yeah.
I was like, if only I had an S23 Ultra, I could do a super cool fucking moon pic. I was like,
Yeah.
it's literally not even worth. I think somebody put it in the Total Off Road Patreon chat. It was like
Someone with their
stupid
phone.
iPhone fucking moon picture. I was like,
blurry ball.
correct. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. I'm like, I thought about doing the same thing. I feel your pain. I thought it was fucking funny.
That's great.
Unbelievable. Well, shit. I think that's about enough
I
for
think
today.
that's a good
Yeah.
wrap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.